A lot of people are living alone. Despite having a lot of technology that connects us, we seem to be more and more disconnected from each other.
Mm-hmm.
So there is a lack of social connectivity between people. A lot of people report feeling socially isolated. A lot of people report feeling like they have no one to turn to or talk to in an emergency. And being socially isolated has consequences. I mean, you're more likely to die of anything for any reason. It could be a chronic health condition. It could be an accident and you're alone and no one can help you. The former Surgeon General, I don't remember his name, he brought up that loneliness is going to be his issue, like the issue he wants to tackle after he's done being Surgeon General.
Wow. Well, there is so much of it. There is. And connection is important. And I think it's important to just have someone that listens to you. That's a part of this as well. But so how can touch alleviate social isolation? And where do you can't just go up to somebody and say, "Hey, could you touch me?" Or I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
or
you could.
Can I? You could, but
things might happen.
Yeah,
that you
things
don't
might
like.
happen because that's a difficult thing without someone interpreting you needing a hug as something sexual.
Right.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, you touch on a lot of issues there. The issue of consent is very important. The issue of how touch alleviates social connection is important. And then what to do about that? I think back to the original question. So when we touch each other, we release this hormone called oxytocin, and that is it's like a feel-good hormone. It makes us feel connected. It makes us feel bonded with each other, and it builds trust. But it is important that touch is always consensual, and we can talk more about that later. But it's like we do live in a world today where more and more people are reporting incidents where there was some sort of touch in their life that was not wanted, and that is a problem.
Or improper touch. This is very far-reaching. This is a lot. I mean, we're saying, the Cuddlist, it's funny. It's, everybody's kind of laughing. What is that? But this goes much deeper. So let me ask you this. What are the health benefits of touch?
Right. So aside from releasing oxytocin, which makes us feel good and de-stresses us, it can reduce anxiety. Also, touch improves our immune system. And it just improves social connectivity between each other. So it's an overall natural remedy for wellness.
Yeah. Well, when my daughters and I were in New York, one of the conversations over the dinner table was your love language. What's your love language? And, it's funny because my oldest daughter and I were identical, and my youngest one was a little bit different. But one of hers was she loves to be cuddled. She loves to be cuddled, and I'm her mother, and I didn't know that. I'm naturally kind of a hugger anyway, especially my children. I've always been just that cuddle kind of mom, but it's so important for so many people in all relationships to understand what's important or necessary or critical in some cases for that other person in a relationship. Cuddlists, though, also, I was reading that they are survivors of physical and sexual violence, and that being in therapy with a cuddlist can actually help heal them. Is that true?
Right. So a lot of people in this country and in the world have experienced sexual or physical violence for many reasons. And those people still need touch. But for valid reasons, they might not feel safe looking for a touch elsewhere. Finding a touch in a hookup, finding a touch in a partner, or they might not feel comfortable with having a partner at the moment because of their experiences. And that's where Cuddlist plays a critical role, in my opinion. I think that we can really serve people who have experienced sexual violence, people who have experienced physical violence, and want to reclaim that power of being touched on their own terms. They don't have to worry about a stranger pushing their boundaries. They don't have to worry about anyone. They can approach a cuddlist and set the terms on their own in their own conditions and power.
So what does an appointment with a cuddlist look like? I'm just you walk in the office, you check in, or you meet at your office. What does that look like? What happens?
Right. So the first step is you request a cuddlist online on our website, cuddlist.com/whoever the cuddlist is.
Can you get to pick if they're cute or not?
We have pictures and videos of ourselves online.
See, then you're getting in trouble there, right?
Right. And people have preferences, but at the end of the day, if what you're looking is for therapeutic touch, that can come from anyone. But I mean, it's normal to have preferences, just like you might have aesthetic preferences with your actual therapist, right?
Uh-huh.
So you request your cuddlist, then your cuddlist. I personally have a video call with the potential client. It allows them to see me, allows me to see them,
Uh-huh.
and we get to see if we're comfortable with each other, And it's just basic questions like, did you read the code of conduct? How do you feel about that? This is how payment works. This is how this works. We're not allowed to discriminate a client based on any like protected class, obviously.
Right.
But if there's any red flag, like a client that kind of is acting
like, hey, can I bring a bottle of wine? That would be a red flag, right?
Right. And also a violation of the code of conduct because we're not allowed to be on any substances at all because we cannot consent if we're intoxicated.
Okay, yeah. That cracked you, Elena.
Oh my gosh.
Right. Like if they're asking you questions like, would you wear this? Would you wear that? It's like maybe not.
Yeah, I would think this would be so. Gosh,
Right.
I can't even imagine what that looks like. But apparently, I mean, it's becoming very popular as our society becomes more and more isolated.
Right. And I mean, in Cuddlist, we learned that if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. Like if someone does not make you feel like, yes, I want to do this, then don't do it.
Yeah.
So after you're done with the screening and you set up an appointment, it's either an in-call or an out-call, right? So if it's an in-call, it's to my apartment. If it's an out-call, I go to them. And then when they come in, I mean, I usually offer them, do you want a hug, just to say hi? Offer them some water, sit them down. And the most important part of any first-time Cuddlist session with a client is the verbal contract. And that contract is that you don't ever want to be wasting energy and thinking, are they comfortable? Am I comfortable? What am I doing?
Mm-hmm.
So you always want to agree to always speak up if you're uncomfortable. And that can mean a lot of things. It can be, I'm uncomfortable because I thought that my arm will be comfortable like this, but it's not. It's getting sore. Or I'm uncomfortable because I thought this would feel good, but it just doesn't. So let's just say, I hire you to come to my house or one of the Cuddlists out there, and we sit on the couch and watch TV together. Yeah, I mean, so we always say that a Cuddlist session.
Trying to figure it out.
So a lot of people think that they're paying us for the physical touch itself, but that's not it. They're paying us to hold that space for them, that like time and space where they can approach touch or non-touch, just presence, however they want. So, for example, I've had clients that just want me to set up the laptop and watch Netflix together. I've had clients that want to go on full-on horizontal spooning, head on your chest, laying back.
Wow. I'm fascinated by this. Am I the only one here sitting at these mics? Are you I'm kind of flabbergasted a bit that someone would pay money to do this, but it just shows me anyway how necessary and what a void there is in our society that people are yearning for this so much that they would be willing to pay for someone to sit and watch Netflix with them. That's incredibly sad to me. It is. It's so. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's so sad for me. Like I want to hug that person and say, "Hey, I'll hang out with you. You want to watch Netflix?"
Yeah.
But time is money, and so you do have to charge because you have to pay your bills. But
Right.
do you have to have an incredible heart to do this job? I'm thinking that you must have to be like a very compassionate person.
Right. So we are trained. The training. There's a lot of talk about being able to sit there with someone's pain or sorrow, and then when you leave, when they're gone, not take it with you. Like you just have to be able to be there wholeheartedly, empathetically, vulnerable. But then when it's over, it's over. Like you don't. It's not yours to carry. You're just there to be that person for the hour, 2 hours. You said something that I forgot.
Yeah, and there was something I was trying to think of too that you prompted me to have a thought, and it evaporated very quickly. But
well, I wanted to talk about my arc. So far, I've only been doing this for about a year, and a few months, and I've seen two archetypes of clients for myself.
Okay.
Either men who are 45 plus, and maybe their careers took off, and they are just too busy to like seek out comfort in other ways. Or have a partner. And the other archetypal client I'm seeing frequently lately is like younger women below 35 who like always feel like when they seek physical touch from a man in a clandestine setting or through a dating app,
it turns into sex.
Yeah, it gets pressured into sex.
Yeah, you bring up a good question, because a lot of men are like this. A lot of men, like, you're almost afraid to cuddle with them because then they think you got to have sex with them if you're going to cuddle. And sometimes you don't feel like sex. Sometimes you just feel like cuddling and like just really cuddling. Mm-hmm. And in some ways, I feel that that's even more intimate.
Right, and it does say a lot about our culture that we seem to not be able to divorce touch from sex. Like they just have to be connected, and they're just not. Like physical touch is one thing, and sexual touch, arousal is another thing.
Wow. So, what kind of potential do you see for Cuddlist in the future as far as like collaborating with counselors or therapists?
Right. So we have a on-call counselor that Cuddlist at the corporate level talks with. And they had discussed that like our ideal collaboration with counselors would be counselors who are seeing the worried well, those who are okay most of the time, who function, but who just could use a little more extra physical help. Like therapists aren't allowed to like touch their client, at least not for an hour straight, right? They can give them a hug, maybe that's it. Mm-hmm. So we can really bridge that gap that counselors or therapists can't. Obviously, we probably shouldn't be working with people who have more serious psychiatric conditions like bipolar, schizophrenic. Maybe that's not our fit. But, just anxiety, depression, general like melancholy from life, those are the ideal clients that a counselor could refer to us and we could take on for them.
Thank you so much for being here in studio with us today, Alejandro Murillo. I say it with an accent and I got it, right? You're making a face at me, Jill. Okay. Alejandro Murillo. Did I say Murillo?
You got it. You got it.
There you go. I won't quit my day job and translate Spanish.
Do not. You're great at it.
Right. We've got more coming up. Alejandro, you're going to stay with us. We've got Jill Lane and Robin Perry Braun, everyone. Stay tuned. You're listening to One Life Radio. Wellbeing Journal is a remarkable bi-monthly health publication esteemed by intelligent readers worldwide. It's available in print or digital, single issues or subscription. Its focus is on living a happy, healthy life and preventing or healing illnesses naturally. Preventing or healing cancer, arthritis, cardiovascular conditions, and digestive issues, as well as nutritional solutions for optimal health, are regular subjects. Learn more at wellbeingjournal.com.
Hi, this is Vaughn Eaglin. As a licensed professional counselor and supervisor, I spend my career helping people cope with emotional problems. But today, I want to talk to you about nutrition. People ask me all the time for nutrition and weight loss advice, and I always find myself recommending a raw vegan protein, a food supplement called Warrior Blend by Sun Warrior. I wasn't always active and fit. In fact, I was very overweight as a child, and as a counselor, I must emphasize the importance of the mind-body connection. A clean body helps with a clean mind. Start today with Sun Warrior Blend Raw Vegan Protein. For more information, go to sunwarrior.com and start living clean today.
Hi, everyone. It's Bernadette. Everyone knows that I'm a strong believer in the numerous health benefits of cannabinoids and CBD oils. As with any supplement, I always do my research and my homework to find the highest quality product on the market. That's why I'm so happy to announce our partnership with the H Hemp Company, founded by a group of the most experienced and respected names in the CBD community. H Hemp offers a line of innovative products that are all natural and tested for quality. Choose from flavorful oils, restorative body balm, and minty breath spray, all at affordable prices. And for every H Hemp product sold, the company makes a donation towards the fight against opioid and anti-anxiety drug addiction, an epidemic affecting millions of families across the nation today. H Hemp products produce a sense of calm, fight post-workout inflammation, and the company gives back to our community. What more could we ask for? Search online for H Hemp Company and use the code OLR for 20% off your first order. That's OLR for 20% off your first order.
Hi, I'm Bob Barker. This is my friend Benny. Before you buy cosmetics, personal care, or household products, you be sure they have not been tested on animals. Everything from floor cleaner to shampoo is poured into animals' eyes and down their throats. They suffer intensely. Some even go blind. The price is never right for products tested on animals. Visit PETA.org for a list of cruelty-free companies.
This is Jill with the One Life Radio Fueling Champions Minute. Did you know magnesium is a cofactor in more than 300 enzyme systems that regulate diverse biochemical reactions in the body, including